This gathering actually has been 3 years in the making. This is our third gathering of the Meet project. Let me quickly tell you the background of Meet. Sheikh Talal, Sheikh Akmal have been striving for at least, I'd say, 2 decades, if not more. I think, Akmal, you came in 82? 88. He came in 1988 from Lebanon to Kristiansand, one of the first Muslims in this town. From nothing to this. Where, how many people pray here on Friday?
About 600 now.
650. From a situation in 1988 where you said maybe a handful of Muslims.
It was, when we went to pray only Friday, it was 11 people.
11 people.
From also nationality.
So it's from 1988, from 800 to what's the population of Muslims now?
About 5,000.
5,000. The experience of this town is not unique. This is an experience of most of the European cities when Muslims came maybe in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, still coming now, and they are evolving, they are developing, they are expanding, they are experiencing things. And this project, the Meet project, was something that we thought about following a crisis in Kristiansand. A person of probably no faith decided one day that he's going to burn the Quran. And he's going to burn the Quran in the central location of Kristiansand. And he announced the fact that he is going to burn the Quran as an act of defiance and an act of his expression of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. The news of this became viral. That this person, first he announced it. He announced it that he is going to do it, clearly looking for publicity. Okay? But what was amazing about this exercise is how this leadership kicked into action. How it worked with the municipality, with the police, with the schools, with the local authority, with the Muslim leadership to basically say and be very clear that this is a publicity stunt. Okay? And they managed it in a very amazing way, and everyone was surprised at how the Muslim leadership managed this in a very mature fashion. I was with these brothers whilst this crisis was going on, and we were quite amazed about how resilient this leadership was in calming the situation down. The man did come, he did attempt to burn, he did burn. Then there was a post-reaction, and Akmal and Talal, Allah bless them, they managed this crisis in a very amazing way. We felt that there's some learning here that we should share with all European Muslim leaders. Because unfortunately, this was the spark for the far right to commit other crimes around Europe. And we've seen the crisis in Denmark, we saw the crisis in Sweden, and we have leaders, we have brothers from Sweden and from Denmark and from Finland, where this crisis also has come, these flames have come there. Okay, and the communities there have managed this crisis in a very, very good way. But we've realized from our experience over the past 3-4 years is that this is not going to be the only crisis. There are many crises that we feel are coming our way. The challenge is, how does the leadership, one, predict this challenge? Second, if the challenge is coming, how do we deal with this challenge? And thirdly, how do we prevent these challenges from coming? There are people sat in this room today that I know personally that are dealing with crises on a daily basis. I was with a brother just at the airport. He was on the phone dealing with a murder case. I was talking to somebody yesterday saying that they have a problem with the Prime Minister of the country. I was speaking last week with a sister who was telling me that there are some major issues to do with legislative changes in their country. I can say within this room here, there are, I think, 26 people. There are another 26 coming tonight and tomorrow. There's going to be 50 leaders from around Europe attending this 4-day conference, 4-day retreat. What's the objective? Our objective, first of all, is that we want you to know each other. We want you to share your contact details, share your experiences, number one. With the objective of sharing your experiences, that you take them back to your country and potentially use them, adapt them, inculcate them, deconstruct and reconstruct them in a way that will benefit you. Benefit your leadership, but also benefit your community. Okay, number two. Number three is predictive assessment. What do you think the Muslim community will face in the next 5 years, the next 15 years, the next 50 years? You have to think that far ahead. Okay? What is your grandchildren going to face? Because we're not going back to the country that our parents came from. This is our country. This is our continent. This is where we are going to live. This is where we're going to die. This is where we're going to be buried. This belongs to us, and we have to shape the future of this society within the paradigm of your construct, of your idea of what Islam looks like. Okay? You are all essential Muslim leaders. All of you have been chosen. All of you have been selected. All of you have been nominated by somebody. Somebody has said, invite these people to this conference. All the funding has been funded by the local authority. And they feel that you have value to contribute not just to Kristiansand, but to the wider European context. Okay? So the 3 or 4 days that we're going to be here is all about learning, refreshing, inculcating what we learn and taking it back to the countries of our origin. Okay? This is what we want you to do. We want you to exchange and learn.